Spending time in the wilderness is incredibly rewarding. But sometimes things don't exactly go as planned.
Oh no!
With unpredictable weather and rugged terrain,
I just hit another tree.
even the best laid plans can unravel in an instant.
Okay. Oh, I got you.
And so every now and then there comes a time where I just have to throw in the towel and say, I quit.
I will watch Olivia.
So nervous.
I will watch her.
And so these are 2 recent adventures where I did just that. Welcome back to Tiny Cabin Life. Our first story here happened just this past week and actually prompted the creation of this video. I was in northern Wisconsin heading into this incredible property to stay in a treehouse. And it just turned into one of those days where everything either went wrong or was extremely difficult.
Well, we are looking for the treehouse right now. I know that it is off in its own corner of this property. I don't know. This doesn't look right. Oh, and I just hit. Dang it. Okay, I gotta make sure I'm going the right way. Come on, Louie. Okay. Well, I brushed up against this tree with my truck. I think this is the way, but I figure we might as well walk and make sure before I go too deep down this trail. Yup. This is it, all right. Wow. Well, before I take a look inside, I think I'm gonna get the truck back here. So I think I gotta swing wide to get around this tree, just kind of back out and yeah, just go wider around it.
I realized a little too late here that there was just no getting this trailer back there. And so my only choice was to back up a little bit and find a spot to ditch the trailer and the four-wheeler.
Oh my gosh. Gotta take this trailer off here.
I get up very early on my filming days, usually around 4 a.m. And if I'm not careful, when I'm really tired like this, I can make mistakes. And it turned out that leaving the trailer tongue that close to the trail was definitely a mistake.
Man, this is tight even with the truck.
But I did find a way to eventually maneuver around the trees and get down the trail to the treehouse.
This is pretty steep. When I first saw pictures of this place, I thought this was like a normal staircase. This is certainly cooler, and the treehouse itself is way higher up than it looks in the pictures. I mean, it's incredible. I better scout it out first and then come down and get Louie. All right, come here, Louie. Come here, buddy. I'm gonna pick you up, okay? Sit. I got you. Okay. I got you, pal. Oh, I got you, buddy. There we go.
this treehouse is one of the coolest cabin builds that I have ever seen. It sits very high up on these beams here and is tucked away in just a beautiful corner of this forest. For a little more context, the family that built this owns a couple hundred acres surrounding this gorgeous little lake here. They were gracious enough to invite me out here to enjoy what they've created in hopes of maybe inspiring you guys with their builds and just love of the North Woods. And so I really hope you will go check out their website as well as their Instagram page. And just know that even though this trip didn't go as planned for me this time, I definitely plan to come back and experience the fullness of this place very, very soon. This treehouse is incredible. In fact, you can tell it was designed to be a deer stand primarily because you've got the windows that open and shut. It looks like we even have a rifle hanging out in the roof up here. You've got a really nice propane heater here, which allows the space to be used all year round. They've got a power station in here, which is supplying electricity to the light fixtures, but anything else that you might need as well. And then the sleeping quarters are up here in the loft. It's the highest point in the entire treehouse, so you really get that feeling of being up in the trees, and definitely can't wait to wake up here tomorrow morning. Well, the forecast had predicted some thunderstorms to come through the area. I love thunderstorms when I'm out at a cabin and was super excited to be able to experience one in this treehouse. However, those storms seemed to pass right by us, and so it was time to head out on the main adventure for this trip. Well, you're not going to believe this. While I was trying to maneuver my way out of the area where the treehouse is, I accidentally ran over the tongue of my trailer and snapped the handle off of it. That's the handle that locks the trailer tongue onto my hitch. And so what that means is not only can I not take my trailer and my ATV out right now, but I also won't be able to get it off the property here until I fix that. And so I'm having to run into town to see if I can find a replacement coupler, for it. Oh yeah, and in the process, I also accidentally backed up into a tree and put a little dent in the back of my truck. Well, it took a couple hours in total, but I was able to run into town and buy a replacement trailer coupler. And while I was out there, I actually ran into a fan of the channel who totally lifted my spirits in a time where I was very frustrated and discouraged. And so again, I want to thank you for that. You know who you are, and it really made my day in that moment. All right, so we're going to take advantage of this window that we've got of some good weather and try to get out on the water. Now, unfortunately, there aren't any fish in the lake here that's on the property. It's kind of like our little lake up at our family cabin. So I'm going to head to this lake that's nearby in the national forest. Now, there doesn't seem to be a formal road, from what I can tell, leading to this lake. Just a series of small ATV trails, which is why we brought the four-wheeler. No. Oh. Now that doesn't always mean it's locked. I'm gonna get out and check. Sometimes they just do that. I don't know, but I bet it's locked. Ooh. Well, like I said, sometimes they close gates but don't lock them. If they didn't want us going down it, it would probably be locked. So, I don't know. I'm going to take that as a sign that we can go. And so I loaded up a raft, motor, battery, fishing gear, and emergency supplies on my four-wheeler and set off into the woods. of the biggest challenges of living this lifestyle for over 10 years at this point has been brushing my teeth. Now, I've been using an electronic toothbrush for as long as I can remember, but I quit bringing it out on the road with me. It constantly needed to be charged. Even with a toothbrush head cover, it felt gross and grimy. I had to throw it into little plastic bags. And so eventually I just left it at home and picked up a cheap toothbrush to bring out with me. That was until I learned about Suri and their brand new take on the electric toothbrush. You guys, this thing is awesome. Not only does it provide a gentle and powerful clean that's dentist approved, but it's completely solved my problem of not being able to travel with my home toothbrush. Look how sleek this thing is. They completely ditched the plastic using an aluminum body, and the brush heads are completely plant-based. In fact, Suri will actually recycle them for you for free. I love the battery life on this thing. It will last over a month, so you can bring it out on a road trip and not have to worry about bringing that charger along. But my favorite thing about it is the travel case. It not only allows me to have a clean and sanitary way to travel with my toothbrush, but it will actually clean the brush head for me with a UVC light. It also helps you keep organized at home. I love that it comes with this little magnet mount, which most people put on their mirror. I put it here in my closet and it works extremely well. All in all, guys, if you're looking for a new toothbrush, I definitely recommend checking out Suri. You can use my special code TINY15 to get 15% off your purchase, and you'll see why I love it so much.
Oh no. Well, this is supposed to be our next trail, and this one looks locked. Yep. Oh, come on. Oh man, today's just not been my day. Scratching up the truck, getting stuck, and now just dead ends seemingly at every turn. This trail is the one that seems to lead down to the access for the lake. Now there's another ATV trail that goes nearby it, but that appears to be closed. Man, what a bummer. I guess we might as well go check and see, but I'm sure if Onyx is saying it's closed, it's closed. And we just got our answer. Such a bummer. Well, guys, I'm feeling kind of defeated here. It's 5:30 p.m. It'll be after 6 o'clock by the time I make it back to the Treehouse. And at this point, I really haven't shot much useful video. I'm exhausted. I got up at 4 a.m. to drive out here, and yeah, I'm just feeling discouraged. You know, I take pride in these videos, and I don't really feel like I've done this place justice at this point. And so I think what I'm going to do is call it quits for the day. Head back to the Treehouse, pick up Louie, and head home and spend the night at home with my family. I definitely plan to come out again in the near future because this place is amazing. The property is awesome. The Treehouse is great. Everything there is awesome. But clearly today is just not my day.
And so that was that. I left the elusive lake behind me, picked up Louie, and headed back home to Minnesota. Our next story takes place in western Montana only a couple of months ago when I was visiting there with my family. The plan had been to do a video together at this awesome modern off-grid cabin. But like the Treehouse, I didn't think any of this footage would see the light of day because on this trip too, we decided eventually that we had to call it quits.
Welcome back, everybody, and welcome back to Big Sky Country, Montana. I was here maybe a month and a half, 2 months ago, and I couldn't stay away. There's just something about the West for me that just like draws me in, it captivates me, and I'm really happy to be here.
Like the Treehouse, this is a really awesome modern off-grid cabin. It sits on about 40 acres of land here on the side of this mountain and has everything that you need to enjoy your stay. I personally love staying at these types of cabins with my family because they provide that rustic off-grid experience while at the same time being clean and having some basic amenities that really come in handy, especially with young kids. All right, the family is all up and at it.
Yeah, we're so happy to be here too. It's just incredibly beautiful out west. It's one of my favorite places. And this is Autumn's first time out west.
Yeah, first big road trip.
Even though she won't remember, we will remember. It'll be great memories for us. Olivia, you guys know, she just loves anything outdoors just like her daddy. So it's gonna be a great time, and we're just super excited to be here as a family.
Now, before getting out to try to do some exploring, Rye's gonna whip up a little bit of breakfast here at the cabin.
Is it hot, Mom?
It's very hot.
Mom and Daddy.
Yeah.
There's 2 more left.
2 more left.
Oh, sausages?
The sausage.
Lord, thank you for this meal. I just pray that you keep us safe on our hike today. And we love you, Lord. In your name we pray.
Amen.
Amen.
There's more eggs too, Olivia, if you want more eggs.
It's phenomenal. You can't go wrong with some good, solid comfort food when you're at a cabin.
Well, the time had finally come to head out and do some exploring. Over the last few months since Autumn's been born, we've really come to realize how much more difficult it is to do things like this as a family while still documenting it for the channel here. It was so much easier when it was just Olivia because Riley was able to focus her attention on her while I did all the filming and just made sure everything was good either out on the trail or at the cabin. But having 2 now, it's much harder to be present in the moment and be present to both Olivia and Autumn while still capturing it for the channel, which is why most of our family adventures are off camera nowadays.
Well, we're out on the trail. I'm carrying Olivia in this sling right now, which is not easy. This girl almost weighs 40 pounds now, and we're going uphill. The first bit of this trail is all uphill. She's at the weird stage now where she's too big for the backpack, the hiking backpack. We're gonna make her walk soon, but oh my gosh. All right, go on, Olivia. Do you want to follow me? You're doing great, Olivia. Good job catching yourself. Good work. Hey, Olivia. I am waiting for you guys. I'm just going a little bit ahead and then I stop and wait, okay? I haven't been able to do what I need to do. We're already to the view of the lake, which is nice, but it's okay. I know, it's okay. Let's just go.
was blowing really hard, and Autumn started to get upset.
It's okay, Autumn. It's okay, buddy.
And it just seemed like everything was kind of hitting the fan in this moment.
I will watch Olivia.
So nervous. Please watch.
I will watch her. Ooh, you all right? You're good, buddy. Way to catch yourself. Things are a little more unpredictable when we've got the whole family out, because Autumn's 3 months old and this wind was too much for her. Olivia, Ellie, and I are gonna enjoy this view for a little bit while Ryan and Autumn head down to the truck, and then we're gonna join them. So Olivia, I think we're gonna hike over to the rocks over there on the point. What do you think?
Yes!
All right, let's do it. All right, here we go, guys. We're up. Oop, you okay? Okay, pal. Let me help you up. Let me help you up. Good job. We're almost there. All right, so I'm gonna help you to the top. Grab my hand. Come on, keep stepping. Good work. We're almost to the top of the mountain. All right, come here. You got this. You got this. Hold on to my hand. Hold on to my hand. Wow. Whoa. Woo! Good work, buddy. We got ourselves a mountain climber here, and so is Ellie. Very nicely done. Yeah, take a seat. That's how it's done, buddy. Take a seat right there. All right, give me your hand. Let's pull your foot in front of you. There you go. All right, look at these guys on the top of the mountain. How's it feel to climb your first mountain?
It feels good.
Yeah, it should feel good. You did a great job. Well, it's pretty incredible to see the Missouri River like this. Just a beautiful view. The lake is gorgeous, the mountains are beautiful. This is definitely a big sky view, that's for sure.
Well, it was after this hike that I decided that I'd rather just stop filming this adventure and just be present in the moment and enjoy this quality time with my family. We actually ended up extending our trip, and I filmed a different episode, which you guys have already seen. And so I think between this adventure and the one at the Treehouse, I'm learning that sometimes it's okay to decide to put the camera down and try again another day. On both occasions, I ended up being able to spend more time with my family, and that's something that I will never regret.
Well, that's going to do it for this one, you guys. Thank you so much for coming along. You know, while this was kind of a frustrating and discouraging week, it was cool to be able to take that footage and the footage from our trip in Montana, which I didn't think I would ever put out there, and sort of put it together into a story that certainly taught me a lesson. You know, I always think I have to get everything perfect and come away with just this grand adventure, but sometimes it's the mistakes that teach us the biggest lessons. And in this case, it taught me that it's okay sometimes to kind of throw in the towel and say, you know what, I'm going to try this again another day. And that happened with both those adventures, and in both cases, everything was okay. As always, I want to give a special thank you to our patrons who generously donate to this channel. Thank you so much. But again, all of you who watch, comment, subscribe, you're all the reason that I get to do this on a weekly basis, and I'm incredibly grateful for you. We should be back to our normal programming next week, a normal adventure. But until then, I hope you guys have a great week. We'll see you then. God bless.